Hello, gamers and busters. Hello, hello. Let's see who is here. Rorschach Inkblot, hello. Captain Mal, hello, hello. Fede, Feo, how's it going? Jur, how's it going? Epsilon, hello. Randolph, hello. ODM, what's buying my butters? ODM with the 64 months. Wow. Thank you for the 64 bus. Thank you, thank you. Captain Mike, hello. How are you? Thanks for the watch streak, my friends. Thank you. Mochin, hello. Killswitch, how's it going? Turbopex, what board is that? This is the doll. What you got on the table? These nuts? Just kidding. DN. Nice hair, by the way. Oh, thank you. I did just get a haircut. Ish. Day was definitely long as of last stream, I think. Sean Wen, how are you? How was your week? I actually just came back from I guess my work company like holiday party. So I got a few drinks in. I'm in a good mood. You know, was just like hanging out with colleagues and coworkers for a bit, and then just had food. That just reminded me of something. I need to put some of the leftover stuff in the fridge. So actually, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Didn't realize my directory changed for that. Alright, so let's get to it. So we are building a an Ogre. This is the DNworks modified version of it. I believe this was sold not too long ago, I think, right? I don't know when exactly it was run. Oh, it was run in 2024, so a year ago. Delivered sometime early this year, I believe. So yeah. Is that Zekk.works doll prototype number 3? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Where'd you get the IEM cable? This IEM cable is from Heart Audio Cables. They do good work. I've been using their cables for the past bit, and they've been working pretty well for me. They're very comfortable because they're like paracord. Melee, hello, how are you? Wow, Oppa, your voice is so deep. What? Ew. My voice is so ew. Alright, we have our O-ring, daughterboard, a bunch of plates here, PCB. I don't know who designs these PCBs. Does it say? By Zekk. Oh, okay. Oh, same person who did the PCB for the Gundam Haku, I think. I think this is a plastic one. Then there's an alu plate and a second PCB. Okay. Is this your board for today? No, it's for a client. Now looks like we have the actual board here. There it is. Isn't it the Ogre? Yeah, it is the Ogre. It is the Ogre. It is the same Ogre by Zekk.works. It was just modified a little bit, I think, by DN. I don't know how exactly they modified it. I didn't like look at notes or anything for this, but since I don't own one, but it is the Zekken and the DN logo here. But yeah, it was like open source, I think, or something like that, for use. And then DN, I guess, got permission to modify it and run a buy for it. So yeah, it is the Ogre that you might already know. Pretty low typing angle, pretty low front height, nice little wedge. Screws at the bottom. Oh, it has like some kind of engraving now. Is this supposed to be a reference to Shrek? I guess it is, yeah. Oh, come on, focus. There's a little Shrek engraving at the USB port too. Is DN aware that his name stands for these nuts? I'm sure it's more than intentional. Okay. And then the client also purchased a brass bottom for it, so we are probably going to use it. So we also have a... Oh. Hello, camera? Okay. We also have a brass bottom for it. It's pretty much just the same. This one seems to be blank at the bottom, so kind of nice and clean look. Oh, am I shocking stuff? I guess I am. I'm building static somewhere. Need to discharge the static. Can I ground myself with something? Maybe something that's touching the ground. Okay. All right. So not much to look internally. It's so if we take a look at the plate here, it's pretty much the same as the previous iteration of the Ogre in general sense. It has 4 plate tabs. It's a O-ring gasket mount board. This one is ultra high molecular weight polyethylene plate, PE plate, so nice and bendy. I was asked to build this with MX Blacks, which I have right here. And it looks like we have a universal layout for this. And then we got the PCB over here. And yeah, but yeah, it's a standard O-ring mount 60% board. Columns on the inside. We have Win keyless. How many runs of this did they do? I think only one, if I recall. I think just one. Pretty sure it's just one. I mean, Ogre, the original Ogre was just one run, if I recall correctly, that Zekken did. And then DNworks did this themselves once, I think. I think Quarty Pop was also a vendor for it. Not to be confused with Quarty Keys, Quarty Pop. Yeah, Singaporean, I think. Oh, Mr. Frank, hello. How are you doing, my friend? Maybe they modified to close without a street fight. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the first iteration of the Ogre was definitely a tight enclosure. I mean, it looks pretty similar to that, but I guess I will find out once I end up building it. So we'll find out soon. Okay, so maybe first I'm gonna start by just testing the PCB, because when I'm new to some PCBs, I prefer to test them first. How are you, Frank? Thank you so much for the tier 1. How are you, my friend? How do you do? How's life? How are you doing? Red PCB. black outline. No LEDs other than caps lock. The fuck? What was that? Was that my HomePod? That was weird. Reset button here in the back. Let's see, step caps lock, split right shift. It actually has full right shift compatibility. ISO compatible, 625 and 7U, as well as split backspace. Hi Weagle, how are you? Nice Desma, thank you, thank you. I'm doing good, just tired. A bit much going on in my life right now, but yeah, it's all good. Okay. Yeah. It can be a lot sometimes. I'm glad that you're doing well, and I'm glad that, you know, family is healthy, and that is indeed what matters. Thank you for the link, Odium. I haven't clicked on that yet, but maybe I'll check it. Is this a commission build? This is just a client. Yeah, client build. Okay. So let me just double check what the client wanted for their layout stuff. Where are you? 7U, split right shift, full backspace. Okay, 7U, split right shift, full backspace. Alright. 7U. Split right shift. And full backspace. What the? Okay, so let's see. So layouts, split right shift, 7U, full backspace. Okay. 7U. Let's program those. Navigation keys. Down. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's just test the PCB. I think it looks good, but why not? Just double check. Okay. All right, it's all good. get some stabs in here. Let's see. So left shift, backspace, enter 7U. Left shift, enter, backspace. Left shift, enter, backspace. 7U. Hope you guys are all doing well this Friday night or Saturday morning, perhaps. Been a rough week. Hope the weekend is better. I hope so too. Has it been rough because of work or for personal reasons, Sodium? I would say work has been pretty busy. End of year stuff is always a bit of a crunch. It kind of depends on the company, obviously, right? Like, it depends on where you work and like what your goals are. Like, in terms of like my job, for example, we're trying to like wrap things up before the end of the year so that we start on a cleaner slate early next year, so it's always like that. But like, I know, you know, other places, like if you're working retail or sales or even like hospitality, like you're working with that end of year crunch with holiday things happening, events, so it's understandably busy. If you're working for school or like anything in the education system or similar, then you're working with, you know, end of year stuff as well, like whether it might be exams or evaluations. It's tough. Yo, stopping by for a second before a birthday party. How's it going? It's going good, man. How are you? Good to see you, man. How are you, Akarshi? I hope you have a good, fun birthday party. Happy weekend, man. Good evening, Sloth. How are you? Been MIA from work for personal reasons. Put in the last 2 weeks for the last 2 weeks of the year, though. Oh. ODM, I'm sorry to hear. I hope things get better, man. I hope it's nothing health related. It's always tough. But wish you the best, Mr. ODM. If you know like if you need anything from us, me, the server, whatever it is, you know, we're around. If you need to banter in chat, that's cool. Thank you. Going well, man. Busy as usual. Yeah. It how it be. Yeah, I had my holiday party for a company, and it was nice. Busy in a way, Sometimes more, you know, it's like we also have like guests sometimes, and so it's a little busy getting to know everybody, and but it's good. It's still a party, so can't complain. What's new with y'all? If anyone wants to share anything, you guys have any fun holiday plans, or maybe not fun, but something you wanna talk about, something you're expecting, cool gifts, surprises that you can tease here, but you can't tease to the person that you're giving it to. Like maybe a white elephant gift. Usually in one of the in a friend group of mine, we do like white elephant, you know, like gift exchange. But I decided to sit out this year actually, but it can be pretty fun. We like set like a price cap, and so like you kind of gotta get creative sometimes with working with a certain budget, right? Like you might, you like, it depends also on the age or like who is receiving it to you. Like you get different people each year, right? And it's always like you're not sure what they might like. I mean, they might have like a wish list kind of thing, but sometimes you might want to go a little bit away from that, or maybe you want to do like a little gag gift where it's like funny. No fun holiday plans, no fun gifts. But you had a gift for yourself, Nine Walker. You literally walked more than 9 steps in Japan. Many steps. Tremendous number of steps. Over 9,000 steps, perhaps. Probably. Most definitely. So that was fun. It was a gift for yourself before the holidays. To be honest, it's nice to do it before the holidays too, because traveling for the holidays is genuinely it's the roughest thing. I hate traveling for the holidays. It's the worst. Airports and the traffic and the people. Ugh. I'm not for me. What's on my Christmas wish list? I don't have a real wish list for Christmas, honestly. I've yeah, you know, it definitely is a little different now as an adult, I guess, like as a working adult, right? Like you buy your own gifts at the end of the day. Or like someone might surprise you like with a gift that you thought you said you wanted, or like they're like, oh, I heard you mention that, or you've been talking about this for a while, you know, like there's times when that happens, but it's definitely not often at all. But yeah, I don't really have a wish list now. It's like for Christmas, or like for I just want to spend the time with, you know, close friends and family, and just have a good time. That's good enough. I don't really need. I'm not a huge gift person actually, whether it's receiving or like giving, in terms of like, you know, I'm not like, oh, like gifts are a huge thing and it means a lot to the people, like to me and to the people around me. Like we don't, like, it's not as huge of a thing for the people around me, and so we tend to keep it pretty low key, like, or rather it's not like a very holiday specific thing. It's like if you want to give someone something that they like, then you just kind of get it from them for them anytime. But yeah. Just got home and shoveled snow FML. Snowy up there, Sloth. I did hear it snowed up in Canada and stuff and in different places. So shoveling snow sounds exhilarating for your body. Lots of exercise. Looking at the Enzo E, but can't decide whether or not to get the other tops or top frames. Okay, I'll pose a question to you, Blue Crayon. How often do you find yourself ever tampering with a build after you've built it? Like in a year, or fine, 6 months. More than twice, 3 times. Do you ever find yourself dissatisfied with the stuff that you purchase because of the way it looks? Like outside of the design itself, like you already knew what you were getting into when you ordered it, but like when you're like, oh, I wish I got this color instead. Are we supposed to get snow this weekend? Are we? I don't know. I haven't. I looked at. You know, when I look at the weather, I look at the weather the morning I wake up. The morning I wake up and say like, oh, what's, you know, I like look at what the weather is, and then if it snows, then it snows. Whatever. I don't really know. I don't drive. Also, like I don't have a car in the city, so I don't really have to be looking at the weather to like keep track with whether, you know, I'm expecting snow or not for the next day. If it snows, then it snows, and and if I gotta go to work on the day it snows, then I gotta go to work on the day it snows. I just walk through the snow. You know, if it rains, then it rains. So if it's windy, it's windy. If it's cold, it's cold. I'm getting new socks. Yo, socks. Okay, I will say that socks are not low-key one of the best presents, in my opinion. I think socks are fantastic. Socks, hats, and maybe sweaters, depending. I mean, like, it kind of has to fit you, right? Assuming that the fit is okay. But, like, stuff like that is honestly great to get yourself or to get for others. Or if someone else got it for you. Like, they're great. Socks are particularly great because a little bit less finicky on, like, you know, whether the size fits or not, right? Because like a lot of them come in like one size, and like typically you make do. Pre-lunar New Year over here, or pre-lunar New Year over here is literally hell. That's true. Wish for a kiss from Diego for Christmas. Oh, hi Kupo, how are you? It's usually a just in case type of buy the other stuff. Oh, I see. I don't know. If you don't really do that often, like replacing your parts from a build in when you purchase keyboards, and you have other keyboards that you already like that might have a similar option, then I would say don't purchase it. It's fine. I mean, I've debated that too. Like sometimes when I get like more colorful stuff, and I'm like, oh, I feel like I might just like the neutral color better. Like it gets me tempted thinking like, oh, maybe I would just want to buy that neutral thing instead. Or if they accept like buying extra parts, then yeah, that too, like a top frame kind of thing. Kind of like, you know, like maybe like it works for like boards like the, I don't know, Pangea Mini, like that one had interchangeable tops, right? And sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to go for like the fun colorway instead. I just want to go for just something neutral. Just want having an extra is kind of nice. But I mean, it is a bit of a frivolous purchase in terms of like the chance that you'll swap it. It's pretty minimal. 100%. The only gift I ask for nowadays, 60% plus wool in light to medium thickness. Sorry, I'm gonna give you a heavily thick and 30% plus wool sweater for you. Just for you, Captain Mike. Just so that it doesn't have to be so textured and rough, because wool is rough and it feels prickly. You're dead to me? Also, that's a fancy ask. You can only ask of this of like whom? Your significant other? Maybe a family member? A very close friend or a group of friends? Someone who can get you a decently nice gift? You can ask things like something like that. So it's a tall order. Bro, it's like 15 for a pair of nice socks. Okay, fair. Dumbledore knew before we did that socks were the gift. Yeah. Holiday time, I retire old socks. Best feeling. Ah, yes. New socks. The feeling of new socks, or I guess even like, I don't know, like new something that you don't typically replace, like loungewear, or like I guess even the underwear counts, I guess, right? Like new stuff like that. Ah, it's great. Because you don't really think about it as much, and then you're like, oh, I forgot how nice it feels to have crisp, new like socks. You know, it's a good feeling. I don't know if there is. Do you guys think there is a fresh feeling like that in keyboards? Do you think there's something that says like, ah, I forgot about how nice it feels to have a fresh new blank, and it has to be keyboard related? Keycap set? I don't know. Some people like their shine. I don't know. And I don't think it's switches because people like their broken in switches or whatever. So what is it? Hey Diego, do you mind quickly schooling me on the Ogre keyboard you're building right now? Currently on a train China watching your stream. Okay, fail. Ni howdy, partner. Sorry, I'm like, I keep getting that. What's that name? What's that guy's name? Like Jake or whatever his name is. The like Chinese or Chinese American dude who like pretends to like not know English at all, and then they're telling him like, hey, I don't speak Chinese, I only speak English, and then he wears the like the cowboy hat and goes like, ni howdy, partner. That guy. So I keep getting the reels like recommended on my like Instagram, so I keep saying that. Seriously, go for cotton? Well, cotton is nice, but wool is nice for the winter. Like, there's nothing. Like, wool can be so nice for the winter, though. Like, if you live somewhere truly cold, it's so nice to have wool. I don't know. I think people tend to not appreciate wool as much, but it's pretty nice for a reason, and I think it's, you can't knock it. Because in in the cold seasons it's truly so nice to have like a light to medium thickness wool sweater or whatever, wool socks or whatever it is, and it just feels nice and toasty. And compared to your cotton thing, just pales, or rather the other one pales in comparison. Features are the best fresh socks on God. I don't think I've tried those. GMK texture? GMK texture is good, yeah. New fresh GMK texture. Soldering a fresh PCB, that's real. I used to rebuild a lot more, and I do remember when I would get a new kit in and I would build in a freshly new PCB with none of the like like flux marks or like or like lube stain from like the stabs that were there, like like the solder splatter, whatever it is. It's super nice. I mean, I try to clean my PCBs after I like unbuild them or desolder them, but it's never perfect. It's never like completely perfect, I would say. And so yeah, fresh PCB, that's a good one. That's a good one. Sometimes a new lube brush was kind of reaching. Valid. at least for me, that's valid, because when I replaced my old lube brush, it was like completely frayed. It was so bad. So I agree with that one. That's a good one. Just new keycaps, yeah. Cases before the first dent. That's kind of valid. I have dented some keyboards, so yeah. I have some dented keyboards, or like boards with like a little dot mark here and there. Yeah. Stock switches. New GMK set to start shining up. Yeah, so someone like Boomerangaroo who likes their sets shined, ultra shine, then yes, a shiny key set. Yum yum. Keyboards are a chore now. Yeah, fair. New fresh gaff cap is a vibe. JC with the rich comment. What the? New fresh gaff cap is a vibe. Any gaff cap avail? How to win raffles. Hey, the Adept, how are you? New play is good actually, because sometimes you see all the little scratches and stuff. When you're used to rebuildings and doing everything fresh, oh yeah, it's true. It's true. Switches open for the first time. Not when the kale creams, or is it it was the kale creams, right? The NK creams. I think the first batches, when they smelled real bad from the bag. I remember that. Some switches smell like factory in the bag, and you're like, I just got like 200 doses of carcinogens in my system, but Fresh new Desmite is actually good. That's a good one. The smell, I guess that's like the smell of like, you guys know like the smell of like books, like the paper. Sometimes it can smell kind of nice, but not like. There's some that smell terrible actually. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys like, you know, maybe, you know, go to a library or like get a book every so often. Don't you have a lot of gaff caps? I mean, I've like, you know, have a share of gaff caps that I've traded for and bought aftermarket and otherwise. Also, yeah, I've bought from the maker too. But like, if you think of the past, I don't know, 10 plus raffles, I won I think just once or more. Since whenever the comeback was, like it was like once. And then in the V2 portion era, I don't think I ever won. Don't think I ever won in that era. Like the Garbos and the Grimaces or TPs or whatever. I don't think I won at all in that era. Me with my meager 9 Artisan collection. Hey. Everyone can have more artisans, I guess. I mean, you just have to enter. There's definitely a lot of makers now, so it definitely depends what you're looking for. Have you ever built an original Ogre? Yes, I have. I did. I actually have. I have an original Ogre myself. Maybe I'll use a plate fork for this one. It's a little easily bendy. Man, the new bar keys are sick. Yes, the new bar keys have been great from Aussie Keycaps. Those have been really good too. Like in terms of like overall, like the overall new bar key revision is like looks really clean, and the colorways have been pretty good overall.
good amount of variety. Like it like there's a, you know, obviously he was doing some commissions for key sets and stuff, which were really nice too. But there's been also like just original colorways that just look very clean and nice. It's been nice to see. I like it when colorways kind of go outside of just like the key set match as well. The next MTG inspired ones are cool. Or were there leaks? I'm not sure if I saw. I should check. Have you ever built a keyboard made out of wood? I have built. So like I've built like the poker cases, like the drop-in cases which have a wooden case, or like the plank. Like, you know, there's a few options that had drop-in cases before. I've built some of those. I built the Toma, which was this Alice layout board with milled wood. That was pretty cool. That was like an actual wooden keyboard, I would say. And then I've built keyboards that have had like wooden parts. Like I've tried like a wooden plate and stuff like that. But I would say, if you know, the number of times I can count like an actual wooden keyboard is very, 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 very few. Like probably not even, can't even fill one full hand of times that I've built it. Yeah, but Toma would be one of them. Would be the, I think I would say the main one that I built that was wood. Integrated wooden plate situation. He posted in his Discord today. Oh, I should check. I haven't seen. I didn't check Discord. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Lamp with bad words. Just kidding. How are you, dude? What are you up to? Are you busy today? Doing any gigs? Or are you just chilling? I got called into work actually? Oh, really? How come? Just stuff happening? On a weekend? I mean, oh, technically not weekend. Friday. I've been really liking the look of wood keywords a lot recently. Well, that's cool. I mean, wood keywords are nice, but the only problem with wood is that it can warp. Wood behaves, well, organically. So it's susceptible to things like moisture, and susceptible to things like its own internal torsion and warp that is, simply speaking, a natural property of the wood. It's by design, nature's design, and things like that. You know, it can warp for any reason: heat, humidity, other things. So definitely not super common as a material. I mean, I've seen cases made out of wood. I mean, like is it the Encore from Mr. Mad and Cena and Mode, I think, had the wood component, right? That was cool. The recent Fragment TKL that I built had like a wooden accent, and parts of the weights and stuff that had wood, which was pretty cool. There's boards that incorporate wood as an accent, and there's boards that incorporate wood as more than that. But the bigger the piece, the more susceptible it is to those natural variances. So always something to keep in mind. Oh yeah, the Bach boards, yeah, had something wooden as well. Headliner in the club. Okay, that's cool. They're paying me my day rate, and I don't have to edit the footage. Oh, not editing the footage? That's actually pretty good. That was nice. Well, yeah, that's a nice gig. Well, cool. Functional Co boards are all wood. I don't think I've seen those before. So I'll go at midnight if it means I can just hand over the footage when I'm done. Ah, that's pretty good. That's kind of dope, actually. Or at least not having to edit. Like the dread of having to do after work. Like basically, it's like that the real work starts after you're done with the gig. Is like, ugh. Tedious. Just dreadful. Terrible feeling. Moonlighting as a freelancer has been pretty good to me lately for once. It's fairly busy at work, so it evens out. That's good. Yeah, I think most people that I'm talking to have been pretty busy at work these days. Just like in general, it's like end of year stuff. End of year stuff. Say I haven't seen an Ogre in a hot minute. This board. There was a time they're pretty popular. Need to take my PTO for the holidays. BRB, okay. Oh, I forgot to test the stats, but I think they're fine. But I'm gonna double check anyway. I got too distracted yapping. $5K Ogre. Was that actually a thing? I actually don't even know what record prices for stuff is. I never really paid too much attention to that stuff, to be honest. Just honestly couldn't bother paying attention to it. But I do remember all the talk around it. People offering or selling for like some crazy amounts. Sometimes like I was like, it was like marked as sold or whatever, and I was like, do I believe it? I don't know. I think always the crazy stories were like when people would come in and they would say like, I bought this thing, I think I got a great deal, drops big number, and I was like, I would just read it and be like, that's a lot of money. But I mean, if it's a good deal to you, then I mean, if you're happy, then good for you, right? Yeah, definitely more of a thing during the pandemic and during the more inflated part of the market, I guess, in that time. Definitely had that phase. I saw a Toxic Unicorn buying post on Mech Market the other day. The number I saw they were offering was something else. Oh, I remember there was a series of those posts, right? There was someone offering like, I don't know, 10 grand or something crazy. And then I remember someone was jokingly offering like Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin or something like that. Jokingly, I think. Don't think that was the case, but yeah. Yeah, that board has also lots of memes around that. Alex Oto's Toxic Unicorn rip. What happened to Alex's Toxic Unicorn? What did he still has it? I don't know. Did he do something with it? Or was it just the clients? I don't even know. Low-key, is the DN Kipseli the same board as a Unicorn? The Kipseli Mini? Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know. I will be honest with you. I do not keep up with a lot of the boards out there, and certainly don't know too much about all the DNworks releases because they have a lot, actually. There's a story going around where he was scammed out of it by a close friend. Who got scammed by who? Alex got scammed? Or somebody else got scammed by Alex? And by scammed out, do you mean just a poor deal? Like, are you sure it was just not Alex just being like, you know, just cut you a good deal and that's it? They said they wanted to borrow it and kept it. That's kind of wild. Borrow it? Like, to like Alex? Weird story. Kind of weird. Not sure. Interesting story, though. Alright. Let's get this soldering iron heated up. Let's get this soldered. Oh, you're right, Sloth. Like, the feeling of the solder going onto a fresh PCB and when the joint makes that like clean, shiny, and perfectly cusped shape on the switch pin, it's like so nice. It like looks so good, you know? The first fresh soldering. Yep, that's a good one. I think the disappointment, sorry, the best part of unboxing a new GMK set and seeing the fresh texture is often offset by the disappointment of opening the fresh new tray, especially if you're getting like the new potato trays. I mean, I guess by new I mean like 5 years old now, but yeah, but those trays, and then seeing it in complete disarray, it's often offset by that disappointment. But yes, new GMK texture is also pretty good. Also, the switches being flush. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's actually good. Because sometimes when you desolder a PCB and you fail to clean every side properly, you can have a little remnant solder that prevents a little bit of that switch being completely flush. Yeah, you're totally right. And also just like being able to see it. It's pretty good. What the F? It's been 5 years since potato trays? I don't know. Is the GMK trays command active in my channel? I actually don't remember if it's active on my like actual chat, Twitch chat. But that clip where I broke this is what I think of these trays. Bah! That clip is as old as those potato trays. So it's that old. Ish. Finding the correct keys for the RØDE you need for is annoying sometimes for me. Oh, I see. Wait, what? The right key for the row? I mean, I guess that's more of a problem with blanks, I feel. But for like, with keys with legends, it's not too bad. Because you kind of know based on the legend which row it should go on, right? Or I guess with practice it gets better, though, I would say. 5 years ago. Damn. Our old room with the brick wall. Oh, my brick wall. It's gone. My brick wall. That was a good room. I like that room. Except for the fact that it was a little too close to the ground. And there were cards outside often. And sometimes the people in the neighborhood would throw parties and it would be like boons, 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 boons. And it's just like, yeah. And drunk singing until like 5 a.m. Yeah, I can skip those nights. What would you like to see change in keyboards for 2026? Oh, interesting. Change for keyboards in 2026. I think we've seen a good amount of return to the classic sort of stuff in the hobby, like whether it's top mount or like the mix of modernizing keyboards and bringing those classic elements. We've seen actually quite a lot of that. So I don't think I would say that for this coming year. I think we've seen a good amount of revival of things that were considered classic. There always is a little bit of presence of that, of like a desire to see a classic design or a classic element re-seen in this contemporary light. I think we always see this kind of always coming around. Like there, like people reminisce and like have nostalgia for things like that. So I think every year there's something to that extent. I would say in this past year or two we've seen quite a lot of it in keyboards, which has been good. I personally have enjoyed people sort of steer in several directions. Like, you know, people have managed to be like, oh, maybe not all that I want is like a foamed up board. Maybe sometimes I want like a more clacky one. Sometimes I want like a more like a more scratchy switch. Like Cherry MX is nice. Scatteron can also be nice. But sometimes I'll go for my smooth long pole like that, and that's totally cool. I think I've enjoyed seeing the community as a whole sort of see a bit more perspective in the variation of switches and like those combinations. I think that's been kind of enjoyable to see, like more in like I see more like in the comments of videos, like people talking about it based on like their purchase of switches and so on. So that's been kind of sweet. But change in keyboards in 2026, I feel like let's see, convenience factors. I mean, like we've gotten good stuff. Like we've gotten like those pogo pin connectors, except for the fact that replacing them can be a kind of a pain. I'm not sure if hot swap things can get a lot better than they already are. We have multi-layout hot swap support now. We have pretty nice stabs now. Alps clones, I would, yeah, I think revival or more interest into some of the non-MX options would be kind of interesting. We've seen a lot of it for electrocapacitive stuff. Something that we are just seeing in development, like there was an IC posted for it from, I think, was it Metakeeps? Metakeeps posted an IC for topre replacement parts, like electrocapacitor replacement parts, but I think Metakeeps might be one of the first few. I think there's also like a few other people who have developed it, like, you know, or they've talked about development of it, of OEM compatible parts, like not MX stem stuff. So OEM topre compatible stuff. I've seen some of the stems that like Metakeeps is developing, and like, well, I mean, not real ones, but like I saw the IC. More development into OEM stuff would be kind of nice, like OEM buckling spring stuff, like OEM topre stuff, OEM Alps stuff, like, you know, just like more native support, but maybe more in the context of like these contemporary solutions, whether it's custom kits or otherwise, like pure Alps focused designs or pure Alps focused switches, you know, like no, not for MX stems, you know. I would like to see something like that, like a more revival in interest in non-MX options as well. I think that would be kind of cool, like Space Invaders, that's kind of cool too. You know, there's a lot. But it would be cool to see a bit of revival in that regard, or just more interest, I think, because there are, you know, both vintage enthusiasts and I guess even modern keyboard people alike that kind of have an interest in like seeing like just like more atypical options like that. And, you know, they've been around, so there's people who are experts in this topic and could probably impart some of that knowledge to people who can perhaps spearhead the development. Can we get a buckling spring in MX? No. The answer is simply no. It's completely different on a very fundamental level. The fact that you have this buckle and a spring, and the fact that it's essentially a membrane PCB that's very thin, is completely different from the way MX works. So no, you can't. Even the stem thing, I mean, buckling spring doesn't even really have a stem. Buckling spring, you're actually putting the stem around the spring. So no, you can't have buckling spring in MX. It's not an option. That's just the way it is. Someone could be ingenious about it and do some kind of conversion. That's totally possible, I would say, but it requires a good amount of engineering around that. Yeah. Anyway, I missed some comments. Let's see. Jinte will ask, when did old GMK come in? I thought it always came in those trays. Lol, I haven't been in the hobby long enough. Before they did the little starch white potato trays, they used to ship in plastic trays, long plastic trays. They were like about this size, long plastic trays. They have a base, and then it was a single layer plastic trays. Basically fits like a full size and a few extra rows of stuff. And yeah, I mean, basically fits about what the current base kits are, like the full size with extra stuff. It fits most of those keys. Some of the extras may be going like a separate baggie or like in a separate small tray, which you can just put into a bag. Those were available until they switched to those starch, like environmentally friendly starch based trays. Yeah. They're not great because the top, like, you know, the top part of the shell would kind of like go like this, and then you had these like holes that went through the bottom shell, and you had to use a plastic clip that, you know, kind of like went through that hole and kind of expanded to kind of keep the shells shut together. So it was not a great design because those clips were easy to break. So in terms of the plastic tray design, it wasn't great, but it was nice that it was plastic, so a little sturdier than the potato starch trays. It doesn't leave like little crumbs, and of course it is plastic after all, so compared to like these environmentally friendly recyclable things, it's a little bit you know, just like a different science and different factors to consider in terms of recycling and you know, what's considered environmentally friendly depending on where you live, or at least in this case Germany.
So yeah. Anyway, is this still your opinion on GMK trays? Generally, yes, I don't like them. They are better though. The alignment of those trays has gotten a lot better, and the placement of the keycaps themselves has been really good. The first initial ones had a lot of bowing because of the not enough support on the trays themselves, so they had a lot of bowing and stuff. Didn't like the first iteration the most for sure, but the current iteration has gotten a lot better. But I would still 100% not keep those trays. I would 100% rather throw out those trays to put the keycaps in a plastic Ziploc bag and just use that Ziploc bag as the storage container than keep those trays. Yeah. The band rolls I like. The band rolls are cute. They're nice. You know, it's basically artwork, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, more roomy resonant plastic keyboards. Oh yeah, that works. Or even if it's more roomy resonant metallic ones, but by more roomy and resonant, it needs to quote unquote sound good. And you know what trick designers might employ to make that happen, up to them. But yeah, plastic or metal, whichever material I'm okay with. But more roomy resonant boards, that would be kind of cool. It would be a cool, different take. I mean, there's big roomy resonant boards that don't sound great, and there's roomy resonant boards that can sound pretty good, but I think they're very switch and configuration dependent, so you have to experiment a little bit with that. I want Jack Static to bring back my money. I want Okonomiyaki to deliver my Moon TKLV too, and to also give me my money back, but also actually give me the keyboard too. Thanks. Also, JC, thanks for the Prime. Thank you, thank you. Diego, thoughts on the SAT75 V2? I haven't looked at the IC. I saw that it was posted, but I didn't look at it. I'd like to see more Toper keycaps. We always have wanted more Toper keycaps. What was that company that did Toper stem keycaps? Ursa, FK Caps did that. KBD fans also did Toper keycaps. It would be nice for them to bring that back, actually. Anyway, let's see. Blah 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 blah. Still using the doll. Yep. It's actually I love the doll. It's a great board. Are there even many Alps key sets? No. It's either harvested from an OEM board or there's a DCS SP version ones. And there's like some other strays here and there, but not many Alps. Tai Hao, I guess there's Alps Tai Hao, but not many Alps. Yeah, no. The formula for Alps OEM lube is lost of time. Yeah, it's different. Yeah. I like to see Hall effect not sound like crap. I wonder if that's by design. Like, I wonder if there's... I mean, well, no. They just need to change, like... Closed bottoms is a good direction. Like, different tops. Like, you know, like, different materials would be also a good direction. Definitely a little bit more exploration in the switch space for Hall effect would be good. TKL base kits 2026? Absolutely fucking not. I am so sorry, but TKL base kits in 2026? No. Thank you. Reminder, the potato trays disintegrating can attract unwanted critters. Don't ask me how I know that. Yes, they can. They can. As they are organic material, they can attract organic matter to them. Yes, that is indeed the case. Do not store your potato trays at home as much if you want, or especially if you live in like a humid location or in a ground floor or basement, like you put them in the basement situation. Don't keep them there. Nope. You. New hair? Yes, thank you. Diego, thoughts on re-anodizing corn to brown? Do it. Yeah. No balls, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Why not? Also, why not? What's wrong with re-anodizing corn to brown? I think that's kind of cool. 21XX is very roomy. It's interesting to consider 21XX very roomy. I think it's only roomy because it has that like stepped portion. But 21XX, I actually didn't consider it that roomy. It's actually kind of funny, but I don't think it's that roomy. It's only roomy because it's also plateless. But put a plate on that, and
Like, look actually inside of the case. It's not that roomy. It's not that roomy inside of the case. It's actually pretty chunky though, the case itself. Yeah. KBD fans, Topre caps were bad, so wobbly. Yes, it is true, but they were going in the right direction. I think that's the thing about KBD fans, Topre. They had a good start in terms of at least developing keycaps compatible with Topre, which other people weren't doing at all. So if they came back with the expertise, or rather with the stuff they learned from then and what they know now from other people doing it, they can probably improve it quite a lot. I mean, PBT fans became a pretty big thing. ePBT improved so much. ePBT is really good now. Like, really good. But I don't know what the price like, price wise it's like. I don't know what it's like. Gion Raw HE sound pretty good. I haven't tried them. I heard good things. Fat stem with a flat magnet. Yeah, that is definitely something. You don't like $140 TKL base kits? I do not like $140 TKL base kits, no. What about GMK replacement keys for sale in 26? Would love to see it. Replacement keys for sale? What do you mean? Like, made to order? Like, you request a specific key and they just ship it out to you in a little baggie in a bubble mailer? As someone who works adjacent to manufacturing, I'm not a manufacturer myself, but I work with contractors who do manufacturing. That sounds like a fucking nightmare. Setup fee much higher than everything else. Actually, it's not the double shotting, it's not sourcing the resin, it's not the colors, it's just the setup. Pain in the ass, because you have to change it every time. Even here you have a lot of machines, still a pain in the ass. They wouldn't be cheap if they did that though. All right. This is built, so let's get on with it. How about a Dixie fix kit for all of his sets with caps and Misc? Well, Muto, the thing is, okay, here's my hot take. Whoever wants those key sets, the key sets that you don't like because of what the designer did with their options for step caps or backspace or whatever, and you don't like them, or the modifiers in general, and you don't like them, and you want to make a fix kit, I think the right thing to do, honestly, is to just go to ask them, hey, I want to run this with GMK independent of what you do, and this is just for the people out there who want this. Can I do it? And truth is, they might say no. They might say no. But maybe, you know, you can consider somehow approaching GMK, because the thing about GMK is this. They respect their relationship with their vendors and all these people that they work with. But they also respect that there is an enthusiast community who has preferences. So if you can get enough orders, enough interest, then I think it's doable. I think someone can fix things. It's more like preference kit, but you know, you can fix it. You can do it. It's doable. Isn't P-Wade the one to blame for caps? Yes. If you want to blame someone for caps, one word, you can blame P-Wade. Yes, I believe he was the first one to do it. I need Burgundy R4 to be good, bro. Sorry, I had to laugh. I just had to let out a chuckle. That's funny. That's a good one. You saw the renders, right? You saw the renders. Please don't tell me you're not coping already. I'm still waiting for my Ramakara. I'm sorry, my friend. RMEworks is not existent. Essentially. Would be nice, but the hobby kind of receded. I doubt I would get enough interest. Maybe it doesn't have to be you who does it. You could ask someone who perhaps can drum up that interest potentially, but you have to gather enough. I think the first thing to do is to like know who is your audience out there. I don't even know if there's an audience that big for it. Like, hobby receded, but are the people who really want it that particular way also gone? I feel like the answer is kind of no. I feel like those same people are still around. Those are IRL photos? Oh, they're IRL photos. Oh, I see. Okay, IRL photos of R3. Okay, let me put it this way. Actually, well, let me look it up real quick. Let's look at Redacted. Redacted's interest check came up on their Discord. It's text plus icon, right? Yeah, it is. They decided not to do icon plus caps now. That's good. Def doc. Let's see. Is that visible? Okay, so you know, backspace is still normal backspace. So it's not buxp anymore. Caps is one worded caps, okay? Which I mean, P-Way does it still, okay? I think I actually like understand the reasoning around it. It's still not my full preference anymore. I was at first like more tolerant of it. I'm okay with it actually. I don't look at that key that much, but you know, it's better than the icon plus caps in my opinion, and it's still better than BKSP buxp with the icon. So you know, I think this is an improvement. It looks like I can't tell. Are these arrow keys centered? I think they are actually. I think these are vertically centered. The arrow keys. They're not OG style, I think. Yeah, I don't think they are. Oh yeah, you can tell from the down arrow key. From the down arrow key, you can see that it's a little bit more centered. It's not a huge detail, but some people can be picky about it. But you know, it's better. It's better. I think you know, in general, it's better than, you know, like dual shot or whatever it was. Botanical dual shot. I think it was those two, right? But you know, I think based on that, there's better chances. Maybe it will be a text plus icon, and it won't be that bad. I think if it's text plus icon just like Redacted, and it comes with singular whatchamacallit, single word caps, step caps, I would be okay with that. I think I can tolerate that one more so than the other ones, but that's just me. Should tie a board raffle to it? Only if you purchase a TKL base kit or a big base kit. Not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan. I know why it's done. Not a fan, but it is what it is. Let me just double check. This part goes up. Okay. I like the color of the alphas on R1 for... Wait, for what? For... Which set, sorry? Redacted? Oh, I mean, yeah. It was... Redacted is a good set. I think Redacted is a pretty cool set. Genuinely. I think Redacted is a very cool set. I think the color choices on Redacted are, like, very nice. Kind of different, actually. Different from the other ones. From the other, like, you know, like, monochrome featured sets. We're getting a lot of nice sets recently, yep, and a lot of good reruns and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. We've gotten a lot of good stuff for sure. Yeah, and yeah, good reruns, good amount of cool old sets, and we are getting more. Like there's like there's another the Hydro R2 essentially coming soon. Splash. Led Zepp R2 happened as well. Favorite rerun coming up? Favorite rerun coming up? That's a good question. Coming up? I guess the Hydro R2 is pretty good. I don't think I'll get it because I do have Hydro R1 actually. I think Midnight Rainbow was actually a kind of cool set. Midnight Rainbow R2 I think is coming up soon from J Prototypist. I like that Noel R2 is coming, and it's using the more like resistant to like yellowing pigmented white on the alphas. So like Noel R1, which used the WS2 pigment, like yellowed in some like specific cases, but I think Noel R2 is basically fixing that problem. So I think it's a cute set. I think that's a cool one. I'm actually like okay about Coniferous R2. I think it's a cool set, but I think the contrast on Coniferous is kind of lacking, personally. Like if I Chocolatier R2 is coming soon as well. Chocolatier R2, Mr. Zambamon's been talking about that one, right? Oh, closing this is a lot easier this time, I think. DCS sets with GMK spacebars would be a dream? What? Why? Why do you want that? Don't. I feel like you could just do that yourself, right? Can't you just get your own whatchamacallit, your own matched spacebars? Like not like perfectly matched, but you know what I mean. you can like check the colors and kind of do it yourself. Sorry, I think I like dislodged the O-ring here. I cannot do the DCS spacebar profile. The profile? Because it's a little bit more angled this way, or up this way, I guess. Is that what it is? Interesting. I don't know. Oh, I see. It was the cable. I was wondering why it was so kind of tight feeling. Yeah, no, I think this base bar is fine. DCS on a 15-degree keyboard is nice. Interesting. Is this like similar to the R5 is shit because R5 is too what is that, too steep or whatever what people say about R5 that don't like R5? R5 is silly? What the heck? I hear slander and I'm not here for it. Yeah, stop having weak ass wrists. These are by the way the same people who go to the gym and work out and shit, and they're like, oh, I'm stronger now, I'm healthier, and when they come back to their desk to type, they have weak ass wrists. I see y'all. I'm working on my own health. I feel so much better about life right now. My credit score is 800, and I bought a house, but I can't fix my posture because that's the last thing I'll do before I die. I know. I see how it is. I can fix her, but I can't fix my posture. I see it's still kind of stiff. The Ogre, nice and tight build. Mike chose violence tonight, starting with TKO base kids. Yeah, this guy. This guy, SMH. Alright. R5 is ugly? Whoa. 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 Don't start that. Don't start that one. Huh? Mr. Blanks with dust on it. Okay, I see how it is, huh? Just kidding. I mean, I bought GMK Cosmos, so it's fine. You can call me the loser. All right. What key set should we put on this little guy? Look at this. Pretty nice. Looks like, yeah, I think the fitment is pretty easy on this one. I don't think the original one was that tough, to be honest, but you know, it was tight though. Still, it's a tight fit. I think it probably was a little bit. I think it was, yeah, it's definitely a little easier on this one. Got something swampy. Ursa. Ursa. Yes, I probably do have Ursa. GMK Ursa? Yeah, I think I do. Let me check where it is. What are the main difference compared to OG? I actually don't know the specifics. I didn't look that carefully. Like I didn't measure anything out. But assembly-wise, it was a little bit easier, I would say. There are some engravings on the inside are different. Like there's like a little like Shrek engraving on the USB port. It's still like left side JST, kind of like H60-esque. The tabs look the same to me. The O-ring felt the same to me. Like got a little bit of a tighter fit. In general, the profile and the size, like the angle and the overall like height feels pretty similar to the original. But I didn't take a look at any like notes specifically for this. Okay, Ursa. Okay. Yeah, I think I dig the idea for Ursa. I could get Ursa. Give me a sec. Do you have a database where you store your caps? I just keep like a spreadsheet or like a notes thing. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Key could also work. Ooh, Key. Key. Should we do some Key for R5 goodness? Huh. Tuh. Nay, howdy. Anyway, sorry. Where did I have Key? Oh, I hate that searching for Key is like. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. I could get GMK Ki. All right. I'll be right back. Shrek in Japan. Good one. BRB. Okay, I am back. GMK Ki. Everybody is going or went to Japan. Definitely incentivized by the weaker yen. right? And also, you know, just kind of hyped up from all the tourism. So yeah, but you know, I recommend going. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool country. I mean, it's a big country actually. So like one visit won't really cover everything, but I enjoyed when I went. It was pretty good. It was pretty fun. One day, but not soon. Totally fair. One day. Okay. IOP. I dig this option. That was a good choice. ODM key, actually kind of nice. It actually does fit the theme of the board. Tree, ogre, swamp. Yeah, that's a good choice. I think I like the choice better than Ursa. I think. And then with the brass bottom, it kind of looks complementary. Do you guys see my whole cutesy girly vibe era post today? I'm embracing it fully. Cringe, stupid, and tired. Urgh. Will never please these people who are so sick and tired of my whole girly cutesy vibe I got going. Cause when I stream, that's exactly the vibe I give. I give a whole cutesy girly vibe. What can you do? I'm fabulous. Wait, what do I need? Oh, shift. Start shift right here. Pick some artisans for this. I was thinking green for the escape, just as a little accent and kind of low key. So I went with the little pigeon here. I got this Alhex, a little tight FN, which I think pairs nicely. At least it's not the worst thing you've been called on Reddit. This is true. This is true. I've been, what was the last one I was called? There was a cable. It was shit. Man, that was a good one too. I think I found it. Where is it? Is it still there? I'll read it out for you.
It's a post of a Mode 80 2022. It was a prototype that I built back then, and I had put it was a photo of the board. It was a GMK Serica, sorry, GMK Lux, and the Serica desk mat, and it had this like gray cable with a black connector. It looks like do I have it on the screen? Yeah, here. It's right here. It was this one. You know, that's the pose, right? And then you scroll down and someone commented, everything's very nice and clean, except the cable and the artisan on the left. Wrong color. I'm like, oh, how tragic. That gives out the fact that it is just a random keyboard. No attention to details means that you didn't get what the mechanical keyboards is about. Sorry, mechanical keyboard is about. That's tragic. You're just a transvestite. Hello? The first part, okay. Okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. I got the yellow and the gold mixed up. Oh fuck. Fuck me. Oh my god. And black keyboard, gray cable. Oh fuck. Fuck me. Okay. Oof, oof. Didn't match black with black or gray with black. Oh shit. Where did that last one come in from? The fuck? That was a good one. That's one of the big ones. Yeah, that was a good one. Saw right through me. I knew it. Oh man, maybe I should have invited him to one of my shows. Sorry guys. Invite only. I didn't get what MK is about. Crazy, man. Crazy! Crazy! Temu types looking ass. You're gonna hurt me. You're gonna hurt me for real. I've been called many names. But Temu? That's degrading. That's some crude. Sheesh. Ouch. Be still my heart. That shit hurted for real, on God. All right, let's try this out, shall we? Oh, I moved a little. This here. Okay, let's oh, I think it's not quite focused, is it? There we go. All right. Stop the music and let's get our mic here. Oh, I was muted, but was the light is the same. It's the same I've always had, or had since I moved here, which has now been a little bit, but no, it's still the same. Same light. Good old me. All right, let's try this out, shall we? So this is the DN Ogre by DNworks and Zekk. I guess technically Zekk design, modified by DNworks for their own buy, and currently built with we have a ultra high molecular weight polyethylene plates with MX blacks looped with GHV4 and I think 63.5 gram like long springs or something like that, and TX films and GMK Ki on the board.
And oh, and a brass bottom. Let's not forget, there's a brass bottom. All right, let's try it out. Oh, let that short for a second. Okay, here we go. Oh, something's shorting. Something's shorting, right? Which one shorted there? Huh. Doesn't short on. Weird. Let me try that again. Okay, that didn't short. Okay, that was weird. All right. Oh. Oh, my space bar is shorting. Oh, what the heck? Oh, my space bar is shorting a column. Too tight? Wow. I don't think I've had a space bar short on the Ogre before, actually. That's the first. Okay. Let's take it apart and put a little piece of paper or something in there. I think it's just touching the base of the board. Let's see. Maybe I'll do this. It's a feature. Tape time. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put a piece of paper. Must be the plate too soft. Start from the corners maybe. Maybe try reflashing the PCB. Yeah, I could. Well, no, because it was working fine. The PCB. I tested it before I did the build. So I'm 100%. I mean, also it's specifically it's the same column as the spacebar, so it's most definitely shorting. Yeah. Oops. Trying to see if the mark of the pin is there, but I don't see a mark, so I still think it is that though. So I'm gonna do I have some Captain tape? Maybe I'll just put some tape on it. Let me get a piece of paper real quick. Alright, I'm back. Did the original have issues with shorting? I don't remember trying it with the plastic plate, so actually, wait, did I try the plastic plate before? Might have. I don't remember if I did, but just gonna put a too long short piece of paper out here. Mine was built in a PC plate and short on the spacebar. Okay, so yeah, so I guess it did. It did. So it is on the shallow end. So I kind of thought it could happen. And I guess if you want to be extra safe, you can always put a little tape on the pins on the spacebar. It's gonna go through, but I put a little piece of paper there. So hopefully that should do it. Just enough to not touch the, like, do metal to metal. Okay. Isn't this a 10-year-old design? No. 10? No. The Ogre. When did it come out? It came out did it come out in the pandemic era? It was like 2021 maybe? 2020? It's right around there, I think, right? The Ogre? No, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you can call a lot of things based on the 356 Mini, and then, you know, it's not quite that, so. You think the kinks would be ironed out like shorting? Yeah. It's a pretty shallow base. That said, I don't remember it happening on the aluminum plate, so it might be just the spacebar cutout on the plastic plate. Maybe needs to be more reinforced. Or you just make it less shallow a little bit, like a little cutout on the base just for the switch pins. That would be probably the most elegant and easy way to prevent it. Just to make little divots for the switch pins on the 625 and the 7U positions. Actually, I guess even the whole bottom row rather. Okay. Okay, feels the same. Okay, now let's see. Okay, it's not shorting anymore. Cool. All right, sorry about that. Nothing a piece of paper and a little piece of tape can't fix. All right, so we're back. Let's try that out. Fuck, my PC crashed again? Oh, damn. How so? Why? Why is it crashing? Alright. Let's try this out now. Okay. So back to where we were. We were trying out this DN Ogre. This is currently built with MX Blacks on a full polyethylene plate. No foam or anything like that. Brass bottom. And MX Blacks lubed and filmed on this board with GMK Ki. Alright. Alright, random copy paste. Alright, here you go.
All right, there it is. Still as stiff as I remember it to be, the Ogre, and also pretty resonant. Well, not quite resonant. It's just like that specific. The bottom row kind of sounds more resonant, especially on the spacebar. But it pretty much sounds pretty similar to what I remember it sounding like. So I don't think the design has changed too much between then and now. Oh, looks like ads just hit, so I'll maybe wait for people to come back from ads before doing the rest. But yeah, still, yeah, it just kind of reminds me of the first version of the Ogre. So the sound of it actually is kind of similar to the full Alukeys version. Definitely still, you know, a pretty stiff O-ring, but still kind of on the stiff end. For typing. Yeah. I thought the brass bottom would sound different, TBH. I thought so too. Maybe it's just not, like, maybe it's just because of there's not much space and just not much, like, it's just the bass. But yeah, I thought it would act more like a weight, like a weight does in a lot of the through weight boards, where when you put on the weight, it sort of like helps absorb and dampen a bunch of these extra sounds, and kind of like actually modify the sound a bit. But no, it actually doesn't feel that way. I think the Alu version and the brass bottom version are surprisingly not that far away from one another. I think the top is just too thin, still resonant as a result. Yeah, maybe. I think it might just be part of the design for sure. I actually think this board sounds better with the Alu plate because it accentuates the resonance, and if you are okay with the resonance, it's not bad. Like, I think the resonance is like a nice feature if you like it, because it's not like resonant and then like pingy, so to speak. Like, it's not like a sound that like balances and kind of like does this oscillating sound. So it's not like a bad sound, but I think it sounds, I personally think I like it better with an Alu plate than the plastic plate that we're using right now. Though I do think the plastic plate maybe sounds a little deeper in general than the Alu plate version. Except it's been a long time. So, you know, it's been, yeah. It has some thunk into it. Yeah, the case definitely sits kind of low into the desk. So, and I think the thunkiness might also come from this being heavier now with the brass bottom. So, might be sinking into a desk mat. Some of those vibrations might be being picked up by the mic too. So that probably doesn't help. All right, let's go through the mods real quick. Yeah, the alphas I think are nice, and the spacebar, yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown. But again, if you manage to accentuate the spacebar resonance with the rest, then with a different plate, I think, with an Alu plate, I think personally I like it better. But yeah, okay, let's listen to the mods. Yeah, these mods sound good. Like, even these sound pretty good. Nice and tight.
The backspace might actually be one of the better sounding keys here. Yeah. Yeah, I like the way the alphas sound in general, and actually the mods all sound pretty good. Pretty nice. The spacebar does kind of sound a little hollow, right? This might actually be one of those cases where I think one of those... You guys have seen those foam pieces that like fit underneath the keycap? Like for the, or maybe just even like for the spacebar alone, it might actually be kind of nice. Just to address a little bit of that resonance. It's just the spacebar that kind of has that resonance to it. Yeah. Maybe a different switch. I could try a different switch, but it's I need to desolder to try a different switch. It's not hot swap, so a little bit of a pain to do that. But yeah, a different switch could be kind of cool. Maybe a long pole. Oh yeah, that's right. Some people do the long pole switch combination for this, right? Like a BCP. BCP could be pretty nice, like a brighter sounding maybe. BC like a or a brighter sounding long pole linear could be kind of pretty good on this. With the rest being MX blocks, for example. That could be pretty good. Yeah, that's a good suggestion actually. But yeah. Boards like this are the reasons keyboard spacebar foam videos exist. That's fair. Foam mod. Yeah, right. Yeah, for the people who don't like that specifically. Yeah. I didn't mind it as much on the Alu Ogre with the Alu plate. But yeah, I guess yeah, different strokes for different folks. Maybe I was more tolerant of it back then too. Yeah. Okay. Let's show off the board. Boop. Hello. Hi, Kupo. How are you? So there's the board. The board looks sleek. That's this pretty standard wedge. So let's take a look at the overhead here. That's the side profile. The side profile is as simple as it gets. It's just a standard wedge with a bottom cover, and it just has bump-ons on each corner, screws, and that's it. It's a simple board. It's, I would say, the Ogre to me is more of, it reminds me a lot of what the Gasket 00 was like when it came out. It like O-Ring 60 hype with like alu only case, no weights inside, no nothing, you know, it's just PCB plate and an O-ring, right? And like a pretty simple look. That's kind of what it was like. But yeah, the Ogre is sweet. And yes, I think the like most definite standout feature of the Ogre is this engraving. It's definitely one of the cooler engravings, like if you're into this stuff. Sorry about the shaking, but that's the Ogre engraving right here. Very nice engraving. It's simple in some ways, but it actually makes the board look so sweet. I think at least. Very nice and low. USB port low to the desk, parallel to your desk, and yeah. So The bottom is a blank brass bottom here that we have sandblasted. There's a aluminum bottom as well, which I can just show you what it looks like. I have it over here. The aluminum bottom has like some kind of engraving that they put on. I have no idea. Is this supposed to be like Princess Fiona or from Shrek, or I don't know, but yeah, has this other engraving. Personally, I think blank looks nicer. Just a nice blank look. Looks good. Kabuki mask. Is this a kabuki mask? I don't know. Can we hear the alu bottom? Yeah, I could switch it. You guys might want me to switch it. On the interior, you also have a little Shrek engraving there. Yeah, we can try the alu bottom. I have time, so it's fine. Oh, the only thing is, maybe I'll just do some. I think I have some separate bump-ons for this. I think I should have some spares. Donkey! Where's my swamp? Donkey. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? I hesitate to even call it a movie. That's a motion picture. Absolute cinema. It's a good movie. It truly is a classic. It really was so good. It really was so good. It's funny to say that now, but it really was such a good movie. Okay, let's try it with the alu bottom now. We talking about Shrek? Yeah, Shrek. Greatest romance of our generation. That's some high. That's a very good compliment. Love that. Oh yeah, see, you can look that it was definitely shorting. You can see a little, oh, it's kind of hard to see for you guys. There's a little pin mark on this, just one. It's like somewhere there. It's very slight, somewhere in the middle here. It's very, very slight. But yeah, it was definitely bottoming out on the switch pin. Bottoming it probably does no favors for the sound. Yeah, it kind of might be a little too shallow, eh? Perhaps. Oh, whoops. I think I accidentally dislodged the cable. kind of feel like the alu bottom might sound nicer, eh? Maybe something about the material too, so we'll see. We'll find out. I've never tried a brass bottom for this, so it's the first time. Also need to remember to put on some bump-ons on this before I actually forget that. I have some spare ones here. Okay. All right, let's try this out. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna open up this typing thing. What the, so many errors. Yeah, shush. Okay. Oh, it's too big. There we go. All right, let's try it out. All right, now we have the full, the alu bottom. Same configuration for everything else. Alu bottom, and let's give it a shot. Still 30 spacebar? Yeah, I don't think that would change. I don't think the 30 spacebar would change. That's just the profile of the board. So I don't think that would really ever change, as long as the board is just, looks the same. But yeah, I think kind of sounds a little livelier, right? Like that's not just me, right? It sounds a little bit livelier. Sounds like it's a little bit more alive, like the board itself. So the alpha still sound similar enough, I would say. The spacebar in general sounds a little bit better, I think, with the full alu. Let me go through the mods and the alphas again. More resonance from the side modifiers, actually. That's exactly how the alu one sounded like before. That's a nice backface still. I still hear the resonance there. I mean, the spacebar still has a lot of resonance, for sure. I might say I like the board better with the alu bottom. It just sounds livelier. It just sounds more alive. I think the brass might just actually be dampening out a decent amount of the sound, and it just doesn't sound as alive as the full alu case. I mean, this board was designed with a full alu case in mind, so brass bottom is definitely a bit of a luxury material kind of feature, but definitely not something that was like
originally made with in mind for the board. A layer of foam on the bottom would make it much better, probably. Yeah, like a thin sheet, right? Like a thin sheet could be nice. I don't know how big, like 2 millimeter, maybe less. I don't even know. But yeah, thin sheet of foam could be pretty good. Yeah. Well, it will definitely make it sound a lot more different, especially on the alphas. I mean, probably the spacebar too, but I don't know. I don't think I mind the resonance of this board personally. Like on the alpha specifically. The spacebar, it just kind of sounds stiff. You know what I mean? Like this sound is just like duck 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 duck, like that. It kind of like falls a little flat, and but it has the resonance because of, you know, whatever amount of room is left in the case there. Yeah. A thin sheet of ESD could also help. Yeah. Yeah. You know, things to consider. Definitely something, you know, something like that is super easy to just, you know, pop in. So, yeah, but it's a simple board. I mean, it's meant to be a pretty simple board. A board that just works types, you know, so. I personally never understood why there was so much hype around the board at a time. It's kind of funny how the gasket 00 and this board both of them had a lot of hype for very simple construction, I guess. I mean, I guess that's a lot of boards too, but yeah, both of them had a lot of hype. O-ring 60s, full alu case, simple AF in a way. In a way, not so simple, but yeah. All right. Oh, Nine Walker said goodbye earlier. Oh, okay. Goodbye. Have a great weekend. Sorry I missed you saying bye. But I remember when Teja built his with Nollives. Oh, he built with Nollives? The gasket, or was it the... Oh, I think the autofocus is off. Okay, I think the autofocus was off. But here's the board once again. This one is the Ogre, originally by Zekk.works. There's our awesome R5 bottom row for the Captain Mikes out there who, my wrists are too weak and I can't type on R5. It's too pointy. Oh, my poor fingers. You know, there is an awesome side profile. Look at that amazing side profile. I love R5. Yeah. I really like the alphas on this right now. The alphas on this sound really good. On the full alu bottom. Yeah. Yeah, like the board overall sounds pretty good. I think the spacebar, maybe just putting that spacebar foam alone is sufficient to address that. That could be actually kind of an interesting, you know, thing to try. I don't have any on me right now, but you know, for whoever owns this, and I can tell my client, like, maybe you should consider putting a little spacebar foam piece just right there, and it'll kind of bring life into the keyboard in a different way. Yeah. He did Nollives on alu with GMK Burgundy. Then the same stream he compared it with his Unicorn gasket below. Oh, I see. Cool. I see. Gasket Double was an interesting board too, in the sense that it also had a bunch of resonance into the case. That one actually had quite more room in the case. Like that one was like max resonance in a way. And the way that the O-ring and the flex cut on the PCB were done, where it was in such a way where you had a lot of flex. And so it was a more trampoline-like feeling on that one. Definitely, the Ogre is like just more stiff, more compact. So it kind of gives you this like crunch, more this, you know, this like tighter sound, especially from the alphas. But yeah, there it is. Pretty simple board. I think nice board for what it's supposed to be. Obviously, I cannot speak to it with a premium. Like, I don't really think I would have personally purchased it if it had a big premium on it. I don't really think it was warranted, but it's nonetheless, I think a nice simple board if you want like a clean looking 60% out there. It's pretty clean for sure. So yeah, that's the Ogre. So let's see. I guess that's pretty much all I got. If you guys have anything else that you guys want me to touch base on or anything like that. I guess I will say that I do have a bunch of builds planned, kind of like coming into this coming week. I have the Class 100 from Studio to build pretty soon. I might be building that either, let me check my schedule here. I might be building that tomorrow. I haven't decided what switches. I'm going to check how many I have actually, because some of them like if it's class 100, I think it's like basically a full size amount, and I'm not. I always buy switches by 90s, and so for some I think like MX stuff I will probably have enough of, but like I have a batch of like HMX Sonyas and like some Gateron Konsus and things like that like, you know, I bought 90 of, but not, you know, 100 or whatever the full size requires, so I need to check. But that's probably happening tomorrow, and then I might do another build on Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon maybe actually, and then a couple of builds coming this coming week. On middle of this coming week, I will probably be building the Key Cult #2, most likely the one that Novel Keys showed a prototype for in their streams. I'll probably be building one of those. I'm actually not sure what switches to use for that. The reason being that the #2 has been built quite ad nauseum over the years. It's a design that's been around. So I've built it with silence, you know, tactiles, linears, like MX blacks, MX browns, clears, whatever. I built a bunch of them, and so I'm not sure what I'm gonna end up building those with, but maybe I'll ask that in as a poll in my Discord server once the parts all arrive, like the protos here. Maybe I'll send out a quick poll message on my server and people can vote, and I'll decide based on that. Melodics? I don't have melodics. What do you think of the Geon F18X? Wonderful board. Great board that is like simple and clean in aesthetic. Perhaps takes that clean aesthetic to the limit. It has very thin side bezels. Just like clean look overall. And people, you know, high acclaim. People love that board. It's not too expensive in the market, I think, and just overall type's great, I think. It's that one is like a O-ring sandwich gasket mount sort of. It uses these cut O-ring pieces on the plate, and it's kind of like has the softness of a gasket mount. It types nicely. It's a nice board. Topre EC, that'll be kind of cool, huh? Did I miss anything? I don't think I did.
I got everything. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for an F1.8X for a TKL, it's great. I mean, it won't be Neo 80 cheap. If I have to put it one way, no board is Neo whatever cheap. Other than other Chinese boards that release at that price point. Even considering the dip in the market, like mech market and such, like you look for a used whatever nice decal custom, it won't be as cheap as a new Neo 80 or whatever it is, right? But there are a lot of boards out there now that are pretty cheap in the aftermarket. So options are like, it's crazy. I mean, if you're a buyer, it's a buyer's market out there for sure. I don't know how much used F1s go for though. I like alu full plate personally, but people have recommended half plate before, yeah. It also, I guess, depends on what switch you might end up using, but yeah, maybe a nice and responsive switch is pretty nice on half plates in my opinion. Or like maybe you can switch springs to like one of those like long springs stuff with the weight that you like. Nice responsive. Sweating? Oh no. I'm not trying to knock on your recommendation, Shonies. I only built mine with MX Black's full alu. Oh, okay. Yeah, my F1, when I built the F1, I built it with Gateron, what was it? Gat Giants? It was the Milky Top version of the Gat Giants. Basically, Gateron Minis are essentially the same switch. Gat Giants, but yeah, the Gateron Mini equivalent. It was like the Milky Top, was it Black Bottom? I think it was. Black bottom, milky top, and Gateron linear stem. Those were nice. It's like 65 grammage in weight. It's pretty good. Going to buy the Hyperbeige one, A stock on their, I assume, website. And someone bought during Alex's stream. I should have gate kept it, but I had to open my mouth. You shared it into the chat, and someone got it from your link that you shared. That's pretty funny. Were you like? Do you do the thing where you were like, hey Alex, what do you think of this purchase? And then someone else was like, only one left? Okay, thanks. Basically. It was years ago. I remember someone did that in the chat. They were like, oh, what do you think about this? And then it was like, oh shit, it was out of stock by the time I checked again. I was like, sorry? But also like, maybe, oh, I guess there's no returns, so it's kind of tough. If you want to know someone else's opinion, if you purchase, you're kind of, you're done. There's no returns or cancellations typically. So no, I was like, hey, should I pull the trigger? And Alex was like, yeah. And he bought one on stream too, B stock gray. Oh, he bought one on stream. Oh, wow. Alex still buying boards? Damn. Must have a lot of space. Considering that he also builds so many. He builds like a board a day. And that's just online. If he builds stuff offline too, he's building like a lot more. Wow. Damn. But see, you did it though. You said like, should I pull the trigger on? And then someone was like, I'm getting that. Sorry. Alright. Okay. I don't think anybody is streaming right now in keyboards, right? I don't think I saw anybody doing keyboard stuff. We can guess we can wrap it up here. Who do we want to raid today? Roostery? Oh, I don't see them. Roostery, what's their username? Full username? 808. Huh. I'll look them up. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, that's funny. They're building a Darien
board? They're live, right? Oh, okay. Oh, I just got hit with a pre-roll. Oh no, no pre-roll. There you go. It was just loading. Okay, cool. Let's hit them with the raid. Roostery 808. Alright. Alright folks. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you all the time. I will see you guys probably tomorrow night, maybe. I have some stuff to do, some things going on in the afternoon, just like meeting up with some friends and hanging out and stuff, but I might be back later in the night to do that class 100 build. So I'll probably see you tomorrow night. I guess tomorrow morning for the people who are in Asia and other places, but yeah. I'll see you guys then. Take it easy. Have a good weekend. For those who had a rough week, have a great weekend. Relax. Just take it easy, you know. Have a good time, maybe, you know, go and take a walk. Not sure if the weather is that enjoyable these days, but hopefully if you have something to enjoy, you know, go get that. Go get a nice soup or cup of coffee or whatever. Or just chill at home. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Bye! Go have fun at Roostery's stream. Oh, he ended? Dang! Oh, okay, I canceled the raid. Whew. Okay. Alright, we can raid the ducks then. I almost embarrassed myself. Sheesh. Almost embarrassed myself. Alright, let's go to the duckies. Now I have to wait another 10 seconds. It's all good. Alrighty. See y'all later. Bye. Good night.